This is Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Bravo Hotel. My name is Brian, and I'm your controller this evening for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Emergency Service Net. The purpose of VISNet is to pass Aries-related traffic and items of interest to the Aries group. When checking in, please announce your call sign using phonetics, followed by your first name. Before we commence any general check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic only? Come now, please. Heard. Are there any general check-ins for the Mississauga Aries Net? Please come now with your call sign and name.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Kilowatt India, Michael.
Victor Alpha 3, Tango Tango Zulu, Roger.
Victor Alpha 3, Papa Kilo, Mike.
Okay, net acknowledges 4 stations in there, VA3 HES, VA3 PKM, VA3 TTZ, and top of the list, Michael, VE3 TKI. Go ahead, please, Michael.
How you doing tonight, Brian?
Not doing too bad tonight. Got our jab yesterday, so so all is good.
Oh, that's good. I hope you didn't have any bad reaction to it. I was a very minor one. I'm quite pleased about that. I'm glad to have got it as well. That was a week or so ago. Not much to report. I was just curious. Had you seen the stuff about standard frequencies coming out of the GTA Aries group? I guess you were part of that meeting.
Yeah, I've sent them in a list before, but they want basically what they want is 2 simplex frequencies and 2 repeaters. I know the UHF repeater is currently on C4FM. I don't know if that was going to stay that way or not.
Actually, UHF is actually either. If you call it on analog, it'll stay on analog until you're done, I think. And then if someone calls it on C4FM, it'll go to C4FM. It's a dual mode thing. Mark can correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it's working right now. The VHF is analog only.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check before I gave him the UHF frequency, and then I thought that maybe we have an Aries meeting on Thursday, so if we want to talk about what frequencies we want to use, and it looks like the GTA list is going to be, I guess, redone. I don't think it's going to change very much, but there were some frequencies we have programmed that don't show up as a GTA list, so at some point we may want to reprogram it, but we'll wait and see what happens when the list comes out.
Nothing more from me, other than I guess we're lucky the repeater's working tonight. It has been off and on, as Mark well knows, and hopefully it'll hang in for a while tonight. Back to you, Brian. VE3 XPH is VE3 TKI.
VE3 TKI, VE3 XPH. Okay, Michael, thanks for checking in. And yeah, we can talk about that during the Aries meeting, and then I'll send off the list to them. I think we've been working on this for something like 6 months or so, so it's been going on for a little while. But thanks again, Michael. Okay, with that, let's go to Jacques, VA3 TTZ. Go ahead, please, Jacques.
VE3 XPH and VE3 TTZ, Miss Ryan. How do you...
VA3 TTZ, VE3 XPH. I hear you in there, Jacques. You're pretty quiet in there, but I did hear you in there.
Okay, I'll speak a bit louder. So everything is good here. Today I was testing a hotspot with John, the pre-fam. So it was to test my hotspot more than anything else. So everything went well. Over.
Okay, Jacques. That was a little bit better. There's still a little bit of noise in the background, but I heard you say that all was good.
Yes, USL. 73.
VA3TGZ VE3XPH. Okay, Jacques, thanks for checking in with us tonight. Okay, and with that, let's go to VA3 PKM. Peter, go ahead, please. VA3 PKM, VE3XPH. Okay, Peter, that's good. You're a little bit noisy into the repeater, and audio level's a little bit low, but I could copy you okay, and I heard that you got your jab a couple of weeks ago, and all is good. I didn't really have any, other than a little bit of an achy shoulder where they stuck me, but that's about all I've had from it, so all good. Peter, thanks for checking in with us. Okay, with that, let's go to VA3 ATS. Mark, come on in, Mark.
Good evening, Brian, and all on that. Vector Alpha 3 Hotel Echo Sierra, Mark in Mississauga. I guess I'll answer Michael's question first. We've temporarily parked the UHF machine in C4 FM only, just because it keeps locking up when people key up analog in the middle of a voice QSO. Just for the time being, I'm going to leave it like that, and then experiment with putting it back to the auto mode to see what happens. But I want to get this machine back to normal, and touch wood. Tonight it's behaving itself, so we can have our net. Otherwise, nothing else to report, gentlemen, and we are again live on YouTube on the VE3MIS channel. Back to you, Brian.
3AGS, VE3XPH. Okay, Mark, making it into the repeater, good, no problem there. And yes, the repeater seems to be working quite well. So let's hope it stays that way. I had noticed. I guess it was yesterday that it was up and running, and I've been kind of listening just to see if it trips on its own, and I didn't hear anything. So that sounds good, Mark, and thanks for the information on the UHF side. I'll probably include the UHF as our backup repeater for the Aries group, but we'll see how it goes. I can always change that at another point if I have to. So thanks for checking in with us, Mark. And that brings us to the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else who'd like to check into the Mississauga Aries net? Come now, please.
Amateur radio repeater VE3MIS.
VA3WM, John.
VA3WM, John. Come on in, John.
Good evening, Brian, and all the Mississauga Aries folks. Talking to Jacques today, and he mentioned that you guys are going to have a net tonight, so I thought I'd just check in, say hello. Here in Niagara, we're keeping ourselves busy with WinLink, and a bunch of us participated in the WinLink exercise last weekend, and we got our balloons on the map. Not too many people from Ontario participated in that exercise, which was predominantly with the American Red Cross, but we gave it a go, and I guess we have honorable mention. Always good to have contacts. VE3XPH from VA3WM.
VA3WM, VE3XBH. Okay, John. Well, that sounds good. Glad to hear that worked out and made some contacts. I didn't get a chance to do much with it. I had heard about it a little bit, but I hadn't really pursued it too much. But I'm glad to hear that it worked out for you. So all good. John, thanks for checking in with us. Okay, with that, we're at the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else who'd like to check into the Mississauga Aries net? Come now, please.
3LT mobile.
Hey, heard a mobile station in there, VE3, LB, was it LBI? I'm not sure if that's Larry or not.
If it's LT, Lima Tango, 2 Larry Paul. Name is Tom, down here in
I got you in there, VE3LT. Tom, go ahead please, Tom.
Just had the radio on scan. I heard the net going on. I thought I'd here in the center of the Niagara Peninsula.
Tom, all good. I got you in there. There's a little bit of noise I'm hearing periodically on the repeater. I don't think it's from you. It may be some interference on the repeater, so not too sure about that. But I did get you in there, Tom. You're a little bit weak, but I did get you in there.
Good. I'm probably shadowed by the escarpment. I'm in Smithville.
Tom, thanks for checking in with us. And that brings us to the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else who'd like to check in? Please come now.
Echo 3, Romeo Whiskey Juliet.
Echo 3, Romeo Whiskey Juliet. Come on in, please.
Hey, yeah, good evening. I believe that's Brian. It's Chris out in Ancaster. I have no traffic. I just want to mention, though, that the 220 Sprint is going on tonight, so if any of you have equipment for 220, please listen out on 223.5, just the regular simplex calling frequency. A bunch of us are trying to rack up some some contacts. Thanks a lot, VE3RWJ.
VE3RWJ, VE3XBH. Okay, Chris, I got that, 223.5. I have a handheld. I don't know whether that's going to do too much, but and I'm hosting the net this evening, so I don't know if I'll be able to get in time. What time is this going on till?
Going till 11 p.m. apparently. Yeah, it might be a little tricky for a handheld, but you never know. I've got a vertical outside, so anyway, just putting that out there, and have a great net.
Hey, Chris, thanks for checking in with us, and I'll definitely maybe after the net's done, I'll give it a try and see if I can do anything. But thanks again for that information. Okay, is there anyone else who would like to check into the Mississauga Aries net? Come now, please. Okay, nothing heard, so I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this evening. This is Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Bravo Hotel, closing the net and returning the repeater to normal use. Thank you all for your participation. Good evening, 7-3, and stay safe, everyone.
VE3MIS repeater.
VE3MIS listening. VE3XPH, VE3A today.
VE3AZA, VE3XPH.
Hey Brian, how are you? VE3A today returning. I just got back in. I just turned on the radio. I don't know how the noise situation is doing. Did you? I don't know if you were doing the Aries net over to you.
I did the Aries net, and it seems to be working pretty good. There is the occasional burst of noise. You just heard it, I guess. But other than that, it's kind of been behaving itself, so I was going to give it a try tonight.
VE3XPH, VE3A today. Okay, Brian, you know what? And what we can do too is, if it gets really bad, I can just kill the connection from here to the repeater, and then we'll just sort of run it on the Echolink, I think, if it's really disruptive. What do you think? Over to you.
Okay, so I think what I'll probably do is I'll start off an RF and we'll see how it goes, but I'll have Echolink ready just in case.
Oh, Roger, yep, sounds good. I know Mark and Andy and Michael and a couple other people have been working on it on and off all day trying to chase down what this is. So, that's how it goes sometimes with interference. It's a bit of a mystery, I guess. It'll take some more experimenting to figure out what the cause is. But I don't think it's the equipment. It seems to be coming from somewhere else. Over to you.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't think it's the equipment, but because it came and went during the net when people were keyed up on it. So I don't know whether maybe it's another source that's causing the interference or not.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, it's hard to say, but the equipment, I think the repeater committees, they're pretty much convinced that there's not a malfunction in the equipment. So there's something else, possibly an external source of signal that's mixing with something somewhere and causing this. But anyway, the great chase is on. Over to you.
I think so. It may be something external that's causing it, because it's I don't see it with it's kind of random. And I was listening. I heard that I noticed the repeater was up. I think it was yesterday, and I kind of had it turned up, and I didn't really hear too much in the way of noise on it, so mind you, I wasn't listening all day, but I did have it up for a while and didn't notice anything, so it did seem to be behaving itself.
Roger, yeah, it seems there may be some pattern to the problem, but it might be too early to say exactly what it is. I think there's some suspicion that it's more prevalent during daytime sort of business hours. So, but we'll see. Not much I can do except try. It's quite a challenge to sort out. I was thinking it would make a very interesting presentation, actually, like sort of a case study. And once it gets resolved or maybe minimized, maybe someone can kind of report the whole experience at a club meeting. I find it very interesting, and I don't really know a lot about mitigating it myself, so I'm sure I'd learn something. Over to you.
I think you're right. I think it would be a good presentation if we get it sorted out and find out what the source is and you know how we got about finding it and that sort of thing. You know, be quite interesting.
Oh, Roger. Well, I'll let you go here. I guess we'll a couple minutes here before the net, and I'll be listening. And yeah, if there are any problems, it's easy to just disconnect that noise source from Echolink, and we'll see how it goes. Over to you.
Okay, Brian, that sounds good. We'll just kind of play it by ear, and I'll kind of leave it. We'll leave it up and see how it goes, and I'll give you a shout if it starts to become a real problem. Okay, Brian, I'm just going to get myself ready, so I'll probably be talking in a little bit. VE3MIS VE3XPH.
VE3XPH, VE3MIS. Okay, Brian, and we'll see you when that starts. VE3MIS standing by.
VE3MIS.
evening. This is Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Bravo Hotel. My name is Brian, and I'm your controller tonight for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net. This net is available on Echolink, and the club's VHF repeater between 20:30 and approximately 21:45 hours local time in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. To participate in the net on the VE3MIS VHF repeater, tune to 145.430 megahertz with a negative 600 kilohertz offset and a 103.5 hertz tone. To participate on Echolink, connect to the TechLink conference, node number 9229. If you would like to find out more about the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club, please visit our website at www.ve3mis.ca. That's Victor Echo 3, Mike India Sierra, Charlie Alpha. Our email address is ve3mis@rac.ca. That's Victor Echo 3, Mike India Sierra at Romeo Alpha Charlie, Charlie Alpha. The purpose of this net is to pass news and views along to members and visitors of the club. It also provides experience to volunteer operators in net and emergency procedures. All check-ins are welcome, and we especially invite non-members to join in. The Mississauga Amateur Radio Club meets virtually via Zoom conferencing software on the second and fourth Thursday of each month. Our meetings emphasize comradeship and learning and are open to guests and visitors. To see our website to learn how to join virtual meetings. Non-members who wish to attend should email ve3mis@rac.ca to obtain instructions for virtual admission. And just before we get started, I just wanted to check in Brian, VA3AZA. Are you there? Okay, it looks like we're having a little bit of trouble with the Echolink side, and I see that Brian is looking into it. So we'll try and get the Echolink side up as soon as we can. So I'm just going to go ahead anyways. The net will be conducted in 2 rounds, hopefully, if and a 7-3 round. During the check-in round, check-ins will be called in 2 broad groups of traffic, short-time check-ins, and general check-ins. Emergency check-ins will be taken at any time. Sometimes mobile, Echolink, and RF check-ins may be called themselves to reduce the risk of doubling. Please listen carefully and check in with the group that best matches your circumstances. Finally, avoid transmitting more than 1 minute without dropping to prevent system timeouts. Again, your controller for tonight's net is Brian. My call sign is VE3XBH. When checking in, please announce your call sign using phonetics, followed by your first name. Start off this evening, are there any short-time check-ins? That means you may be a rush or cannot check in later. Please come now.
VA
VE3MIS VHF. Hi, Brian. I was just going to mention that it looks like the repeater is not linked to Echolink, but I can see on the text box that you're working on it.
Roger, yeah. So it seems that everything's hooked up. I think there's something in the controller that's misconfigured, so I guess we'll keep going for a little bit, see if we can get it fixed up. Over to you.
Okay, then I'll continue on RF and I'll try and keep my eye on it, see if it comes up, or if you want to just chime in when it's up and running, and then I'll call for Echolink check-ins. Let's call again for any short time check-ins. Any short time, come now, please. Okay, nothing heard. So we'll go to general check-ins for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net. Please come now with your call sign and first name.
Connect.
Brian, it's Michael. We want to just
connect.
check the repeater, okay?
Okay, I heard
connect.
stations in there. I heard something about checking the repeater. If you could go again, please.
Mark just did it. It's Michael, VE3TKI. Mark just did it. We wanted to find out whether the repeater was responding to commands from the controller. It looks like it does. Thanks, Brian. VE3TKI.
Okay, Michael, thank you. Thanks for that information. VE3TKI, VE3XPH. Okay, so we'll go to general check-ins again. Please come now with your call sign followed by your first name.
And it's VE3TKI. We're done. Go ahead with the net.
Okay, Michael, thank you for that. All right, so this is the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net, and we're looking for general check-ins. Please come now with your call sign and name.
VE3XPH, VE3 today.
Today, VE3XPH. Go ahead, Brian.
VE3XPH, VA3 AZA. This is VA3 AZA, and well, Brian, I guess it looks like I don't see anything. I'm on the Echolink client here, and I don't see any of the audio. I'm talking over RF, and I don't see any of the audio going over to 9229. So maybe it won't be something else is up there. It's showing as connected, but I don't see anything happening. I guess we could disconnect and reconnect it, but maybe we'd be better off to just go over to the Echolink here. Anyway, I hope all is well with you. I actually had my vaccine today. Over to you.
Yeah, I got mine yesterday, and so all is good. No ill effects to speak of. A little bit of an ache in the shoulder where they stuck me, but that's apparently quite common. But other than that, all is good. Brian, I do see that the Mississauga repeater is connected, and you're right. I don't see anything on Echolink there. So I haven't had any calls on RF yet. So I think what I may do is I'll call again, and if we don't get any RF check-ins, then maybe we'll just continue the net on Echolink.
Roger, yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up. But anyway, that's probably the best thing, was switch it over to Echolink, give them one more chance, and then head over there, over to you.
So I think we'll do that. So I guess we'll try for anyone who'd like to check in the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net on RF. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Hotel Echo Sierra, Mark.
VE3 HES, Mark, go ahead, please.
Good evening, Brian and all on net. With apologies, I'm not sure why we're not passing audio. You guys heard me pull the repeater there, and the patch is correct in the controller, but something else has gone awry. And I believe I heard another station in with me there when I went to check in, so you'll have to better do one more call out. Otherwise, nothing else to report, and back to you, Brian.
VE3 HES, VE3 XPH. Okay, Mark. Well, thanks for the info. And yeah, something's a little bit odd, but I'm sure we'll get it all sorted out at some point. But thanks for trying to help us out, and thanks for checking in. And with that, we'll call again for anyone who'd like to check into the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net. Come now, please. Okay, I didn't hear anything there. I'm just going to make one last call before we close the RF side. We are going to continue on Echolink in a minute or two. I'm not sure if we're back up there or not. No, we're not back up on Echolink. So one last call for RF check-ins for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net.
Yes, yeah.
3 TTZ, Jacques, go ahead, please.
VE3 XPH, VE3 TTZ. Good evening, Brian, and everybody on the net. Well, the few people. It's very quiet tonight, so I'm a bit surprised. So anyway, today I was testing the hotspot with John for the UM. Took a while. At the beginning there was no audio, and it turned out my radio was too close to the hotspot, so it overloaded the hotspot. So once I moved to another part of the house, everything was working.
VE3 TTZ, VE3 XPH. Okay, Jacques, I got some of that, but you're a little bit noisy into the repeater this evening.
Okay, Brian. So I don't have the best setup here right now. So with that, I will just send it back to you and keep it to the TTZ.
VE3 TTZ, VE3 XPH. Okay, Jacques, I got you in on the list there, and I did hear a little bit of it, but it was kind of difficult to copy. But definitely got you in, and Jacques, thanks for checking in this evening. Okay, is there anyone else that'd like to check in on RF for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net? Come now, please. Nothing heard there, so I think what we're going to do is close down the RF side of the net. We're going to move over to Echolink, and if anybody is listening and they want to join us on Echolink, the node is it's the TechLink node, and it's node number 9229, and it's the TechLink gateway. This is VE3 XPH. I'm going to close the RF side of the net and move over to Echolink. VE3XBH is clear.
Amateur radio repeater VE3MIS.
VE3XBH VA3HES.
VE3HES, VA3 is a day. Mark, I think he just went over. Yeah, I'm just checking the Echolink screen. I think he's gone over to Echolink over to you.
Roger. I'm going to stay on frequency here for just another few minutes in case some stragglers come by and they're looking for the net. I'll just direct them to go over to Echolink.
Roger. You know what I might do too, Mark? I might kill the Echolink connection from here, from the terminal, and restart it. I don't know if that's going to help, but hey, might as well give it a try. Over to you.
Roger. Give her the old college try. I'll be standing by. VA3AZA, VA3HES.
VA3HES, VA3 today. Mark, I just hit the, I gave the command to terminate the connection, and I think it terminated, but I didn't hear any, confirmation from the repeater, but that's okay. I'm going to try to reconnect here.
Roger. Yeah, I didn't hear anything either, so I'll be standing by.
VE3HES, VA3 today. Don't see anything, Mark. I can see it's connected again from the Echolink client, but I didn't hear the confirmation. I don't hear the audio, so yeah, something went funny there. I may just disconnect it and leave it disconnected. What do you think? Over to you.
No, you know what? Leave it connected. It's not going to hurt anything, and I'm just going to leave the repeater on because I don't think the audio is passing either way to or from Echolink.
Roger. Okay, yeah, I'll leave it on then. Alrighty, well, I think I may switch over to Echolink and listen in on the net. So I'll keep my terminal open here, and both of them, the node and Echolink, and we shall talk to you a bit later via VE3HES, VA3 today.
Roger, I'm going to see if I can somehow get the stream to pick up the Echolink feed. I'll be working on it over here. Hopefully catch you over there shortly. VA3HES going clear.
VA3 today is clear.
VA3AZA from VA3WM.
Just another YL looking for her X on Echolink. Echolink node 9229.
On with the net there, right, for the club net and the club and all that. Just do your net there and then just leave a separate space for Echolink. I thought maybe it would exclude the two viewers, but, you know, and then the other conference is connected too. Anyways, otherwise we're here and
after a cool Monday, we're back to rather seasonable weather again. Monday we actually got down to 6.5 degrees Celsius in my backyard, which is a winter temperature here in Sydney. So it was cold. I know it's not cold to Canadians, but that's cold for a Sydney sider. Other than that, what else happened? Major cyclone on the west coast destroyed a town there, damaged several others. Fortunately, it was north of Perth. If it would have hit Perth, it would have done a whole lot more damage. But what it's done is bad enough. But at any rate, it hit north of Perth, and the population up there is less. So it was not as bad as it could have been, I guess. What else has happened? Not a whole lot else has happened. Oh, it was snowing in Tasmania and in the mountains in Victoria. We have mountains that run around 2,000 meters elevation, and they got snowfall, which is fairly early. They usually don't get snowfall until at least May, so it's a little bit early for them to get snow, but it's all part of the cold front that passed through and now is gone. Other than that, not much else to share. Oh, one more thing, as Steve Jobs used to say. iOS now has Droid Star, so you're able to access at least DMR and C4FM via your iPhone direct. VK2DY, back to net.
VK2DY, VE3XBH. Okay, Robert. Well, that's thanks for that information about iPhone. I'm sure that a lot of people will be interested in that, and the cyclone. Boy, that yeah, if it had hit Perth, it could have been very, very bad. But I mean, it's never good, no matter where it hits. So, but I'm sorry to hear about that, and hope people are doing the best they can. And +6, huh? Yeah. Well, that for us, that's t-shirt and shorts weather. For when we get +6, that's when everybody starts coming out in their shorts. So there you go. Robert, are you going to be around for the second round?
BK2DY. I guess I probably won't be around, but thank you, BK2DY.
VK2DY, VE3XBH. Okay, Robert. Well, thanks for checking in with us, and keep well, and always good to hear from you. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else who'd like to check into the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net? Come now, please. Okay, nothing heard there. So we'll, I guess it's going to be a short net this evening, with certainly some challenges. So I guess what we'll do is we'll go back to the top of the list for the 7-3 round, and Gary, VA3, GDZ. Do you have, actually, before we do that, I see that Alan is up there and Brian is up. So I'm going to go to Alan first. VE3 BZC. Alan, did you have anything for the net?
VE3 BZC. No, nothing for the net, Brian. Just listening quietly here. Good net. Kind of quiet tonight. I thought there might be more check-ins on the Echolink. Anyway, that's all I have. Back to you, Brian, from VE3 BZC.
VE3 BZC, VE3XBH. Okay, Alan. Well, thanks for checking in with us. And yeah, I just saw you there, so I thought I'd give you a shout and see what you're up to.
Okay, I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna go to Brian. I see Reg is there, so Reg, stand by. I'm gonna go to Brian first. VA3AZA. Brian, come on in.
VE3XPH, VA3AZA. Good evening, Brian, and good evening to everyone else on net, and thanks for taking the net, Brian. Sorry, I was trying to get in a little bit earlier, but I must have done something funny because my space key was not responding when I hit on the keyboard, so I used the little button there. But, oh yeah, not too much new here. Just, I was telling you earlier, I finally got my COVID shot, so that's all done. I guess the next one is a few months from now. But other than that, not too much. The weather's kind of nice, and I don't know how long it's going to stay that way. I guess we had a little bit of rain, but and of course we've got some challenges tonight. But hey, what can you do? It wouldn't be any fun without a few challenges here and there on the amateur radio front. So congratulations to you, Brian, for adapting. And we'll pass it back to you, VA3A today, over to VE3XPH.
VA3A today, VE3XPH. Okay, Brian, that sounds good. Glad to hear about your COVID shot, and yeah, and I've had mine, so we're good to go. I have to mention that we went to the clinic that's at the U of T on Mississauga Road, and it was very, very well organized. We were in and out in no time at all. It was a very positive experience. Everybody was really good. It was very efficient, and in a strange sense, it was actually kind of pleasurable. So, I mean, nobody looks forward to getting stuck in the arm with a needle, but it really wasn't a bad experience at all. So, my hat's off to all those people who do that work, because they were doing a great job. Brian, thanks for checking in, and I'll give you a shout on the 7-3. Okay, with that, let's see if Reg is there. BK6, BQQ, Reg, do you have something for us this evening?
VE3XPH, BK6, BQQ. Well, not a whole lot. Just tuning in here and finding out what's happening around the world. I see our friend up in Jurien Bay there, our Greenhead. He's on with us there this morning, so we got a couple in here from Western Australia. Nice looking morning out here so far. A little cool, but hey, we're into our fall or autumn, whatever you want to call it. All is good, sir. Glad to be here, and yeah, keep up the good work, Brian. Back to you, sir.
VK6, BQQ, VE3XPH. Okay, Reg, sounds good. Always good to hear from you and hear how things are going in West Australia. And we'll give you a shout on the 7-3 round. Okay, with that, we're at the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else that'd like to check in? Please come now.
Victor Kilo 6, VK6, GIA. Peter, up in Greenhead, Western Australia.
VK6, GIA. Peter, come on in.
Yeah, very good morning, VK6, GIA. Good day there, Reg, VK6, BQQ. And we're up here in Greenhead, which is about 3.5 hours north of the city of Perth, 09:04 in the morning, and just watching what's going on in the town of Kalbarri, which is about 150 miles north of here. Kalbarri took the brunt of that weather system that came in a couple of days ago, and the town was completely wiped out. And, you know, that was a weather system once in 100 years. You had not one but 2 cyclones and 2 low pressure systems all got together and hit the coast at a category 4. And, of course, like many towns here, I'll just quick break from VK6 GIA. Like many towns in Western Australia, they are built at sea level. And the town we're in is exactly the same. The beach from where I am is a level walk, only about 2 minutes away, and it's open ocean. And the town of Calbarry, well, once again on the ocean front, and nothing left of it. One young fellow got electrocuted, very unfortunate, but he was the only casualty out of the whole scenario. The military are in there this morning doing what they can, but I'm sure the insurance companies will be maneuvering a bit, but quite an amazing scenario. 978 hectopascals when it hit the coast, so they didn't stand a chance. VK6GIA, over.
VK6GIA, VE3MIS VHF. Peter, thanks for that information. That, boy, that's pretty upsetting news to have a whole town wiped out like that. And one fatality, that is unfortunate, but I suppose it could have been worse, but still one person is bad enough.
Yes, VK6GIA, absolutely, and only a young fella from all accounts. But you know, the problem, what they're saying is that this was caused by global warming. The fact that the ocean sea temperature is much higher than what it would normally be. That's what stops cyclones getting down to Perth. The ocean temperature is a lot cooler, and many of these towns, including Calbarry, are not built to cyclone standards. The same as here in Greenhead. We were prepared. We had our safety. We had a safe room in the house ready to go, but never happened. And very fortunate of that. 7-3 for now. VK6GIA.
VK6GIA, VE3MIS VHF. Okay, Peter. Well, thanks for that information. Always good to hear what's going on, and it's unfortunate that it was not great news, but certainly your area was spared, and some of the other areas were. But thanks again, Peter, for that information. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else who would like to check in? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So I guess we'll do the 7-3 round, and we'll go to the top of the Echolink list. VA3 GDZ. Gary, do you have anything else for the net?
Indeed, I do, sir. This is Victor Alpha 3 Golf Delta Zulu, west end of Toronto. First, I want to react to Peter. I'm so glad that you came in there, Peter. I was actually going to ask about you because I knew you were up the coast north of Reg there in Perth, and all we heard is that it hit the northwest coast, so I did not know if Greenhead was spared or not. Very sad news, and also really appreciated your explanation of why they don't normally get down that low. So anyways, very glad that you're safe, and we really appreciate that update report. I'm going to let it drop just for a sec here. I also wanted to share with the net some news about volcanoes. One of the nets I try to check in on is the Caribbean net, and obviously the talk has been about the St. Vincent volcano, which is now spreading ash over several other islands, St. Lucia and Barbados. In fact, the Earth's crust is pretty active right now. There's a new earthquake starting up in the Philippines. There's a volcano in Philippines, earthquake activity in Mauna Loa on Hawaii. Italy's got volcano, and the one in the Iceland is very active. So one of the tips for you guys after the net, if you have YouTube, just type in volcanic eruption in Iceland. They have a couple live cameras recording that day and night, and there's one that says scary images of one of the domes collapsing, and you can see the tourists are coming to have a look at it. Some amazing views if you go to YouTube, volcanic eruption in Iceland. I'll say 7-3s to all and take a standby and listen. This is Victor Alpha 3, Golf Delta Zulu, Gary, west end of Toronto.
VA3 GDZ VE3XBH. Okay, Gary, thanks for that information on the volcanoes. I actually did see some footage of the one in Iceland, and there was sort of a crowd of tourists kind of having a bit of a celebration, almost a party sort of thing to watch it. But I don't know if I'd want to be getting too close to that. But again, thanks for that information, Gary, and thanks for joining us this evening. Okay, with that, let's go to VA3 KKY. Kevin, come on in.
Yeah, no problem. I'll say 73 to everybody. I hope you guys can resolve the issues you've been tonight. Yeah, that's funny. Some of the Echolink text chat, there used to be certain repeaters that would broadcast it. And I remember in the case of one guy, Roberto, KB5AVY, he wired his machine that way to where when you type stuff, it came out on like an Alexa sounding kind of voice. And that was because he had a few users on the machine that was interested in that. And there was one particular feller that was blind that used to get on, and he knew about Echolink because I guess he, in some capacity, must have used it. And so it was a tool for him. The guy kind of said, okay, well, I'll do you a favor. You can kind of listen. You can't read, but you can listen to what these guys type, if they type anything at all. And so that was kind of amusing. And I used to go in there in the afternoons and just kind of juggle them a little bit because I knew that stuff was coming out on the air. So it was kind of funny. But I thought I would share that. It's just kind of amazing stuff. It's like decades ago. I hope that guy's still alive. I know a few of them guys sometimes check in on Dewdrop In on some of their nets. So somebody knows about that. It's been passed around. All right, take care, and we'll be listening. VA3KKY, back to net.
VA3KKY, VE3XBH. Okay, Kevin. Thanks for checking in with us. Always good to hear from you. And stay safe and take care of yourself. Thanks again for joining us this evening. Okay, with that, let's go to Tyler, VA1 PJV. Tyler, come on in.
Hey guys, Tyler over here. Yeah, hope everybody has a good evening. I'm a bit jealous of all these vaccine stories. As we moved away, we found out our old neighborhood was a quote-unquote hot spot, and we would have been eligible, but yeah, now that we've moved, obviously the eligibility has changed. So, yeah, we'll get there eventually, though. I hope everybody else is doing all right, and rock on. 73.
VA1 TJV VE3XBH. Okay, Tyler. Yeah, we're getting there. It's slowly but surely, but we're getting there, and we'll hopefully see the light at the end of the tunnel very soon. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we can all go back to something a little bit more normal. Thanks again for checking in with us. I think Robert said he wouldn't be here. I don't see him on the list, so we'll then go to Alan, VE3BZC. Alan, do you have anything for the 7-3 round?
VE3BZC returning. No, a good net, Brian. And sorry to hear about all those cyclones in Western Australia and volcanoes, and I guess we have our tornado season starting up, and who knows what's going to happen with everything else going on around the world, but let's hope we have a quiet tornado season. That's all we need on top of this pandemic, and I'm glad that your your pandemic COVID-19 shot went well, Brian. So did mine, so we're halfway there. Anyway, we'll send it back to you from VE3BZC 73.
VE3BZC, VE3XPH. Okay, Alan. Thanks for checking in with us. Glad to hear that your shot went well also, and you know, we're on our way. So let's be positive and hope that we get this thing behind us in the not too distant future. Okay, thanks again for joining us, Brian. Or Alan, I should say. Sorry. Next is VA3AZA. Brian, anything else for the net?
Well, VE3XPH, VA3AZA. Oh, not too much, Brian. I was just thinking about what Peter was saying. He was talking about the atmospheric pressure and that during that storm, I guess, that horrible, destructive storm in Australia. And I was just comparing it to a rather nasty storm that I remember in 2010. But I can't remember whether he said it was 922 or 940 millibars. I can't remember. But I do remember a storm where we had, like I said, this was October of 2010, and the atmospheric pressure was 955.2 millibars, which was pretty low. That was quite a violent storm, and those storms go by the name of extratropical cyclone here mid-continent, so that was an awful one, quite bad. But we have to get them every once in a while in the fall. But yeah, my experience was very good, actually, like yours, Brian, with the COVID vaccine. They were very organized and doing a very large number of people, too. It was very quiet and calm, and you walk through and everything worked smoothly. So, great net, and thank you very much for taking it. I'll pass it back to you. VA3AZA over to VE3XPH.
VA3AZA, VE3XPH. Okay, Brian, well, thanks for checking in with us, and also good to hear that everything was a good experience for you also, and that's always good. And also thanks for your help tonight with the net. We had our fair share of challenges, but looks like we've managed to make it through. So all good there. So thanks again for giving us a hand. And with that. Let's go to Reg, VK6BQQ. Do you have anything else for the net, Reg?
V3XBH, VK6BQQ. All good here. Yeah, that was, as Peter was saying, quite a storm up there, that's for sure. We just got a bit of rain, and it fizzled out here, but yeah, they had some problems up north of here, that's for sure. And I see some new call signs on the screen here on Echolink, so for those out there, if you'd like to join us Friday night, we have the TechNet here on this very network, 8 o'clock Eastern time, so yeah, get a chance to join us. Have some fun and see where we go around the world. Brian, always a pleasure, sir. 7-3 for now. VK6BQQ, Reg here in Western Australia.
VK6BQQ, VE3XPH. Okay, Reg, thanks for checking in with us. It's always good to hear from you and hear the news from Western Australia and whatever other wisdom you have to share with us. So thanks again for joining us. Always good to hear from you, Reg. Okay, with that, let's go to Peter, VK6GIA. Anything else for the net, Peter? Okay, I don't see Peter on the list, so I guess he's gone. So with that, we're at the bottom of the list. I guess at this point we'll make one last call if there's any last-minute check-ins for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net. Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So I guess we'll wrap this one up for this evening. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this evening. If you have any comments, thoughts, or suggestions, you can contact us via email at VE3MIS@RAC.ca. That's Victor Echo 3 Mike India Sierra at Romeo Alpha Charlie Charlie Alpha. This is Victor Echo 3 X-Ray Bravo Hotel closing the net and returning the repeater, or Echolink I guess, to general use. Thank you all for your participation, 7-3, and stay safe everyone.